So in Spanish, there are three types of verbs. Hablar means to speak. Comer means to eat. And escribir means to write. So if you change hablar to hablo, that becomes I speak. So, and if you change comer to como, that means I eat. If you change escribir to escribo, that means I write. So in English, you write the pronoun separate from the verb. In Spanish, the ending tells you whether it's a like which person you're talking about. So if you say como, it's like I eat, escribo, I write, and hablo, I speak. Now, if you look at the first few letters of the conjugation, they're the same as of the original verb. So these types of verbs are called regular verbs. However, there are some verbs which are irregular. For instance, if you look at this verb saber, which means to know. Now, if you change it to say, that means I know. So you see you do not say sabo because saber is an irregular verb. So irregularity is like something when you in English you say I've decided, I've committed, but then you say I've eaten, which makes it irregular. So say means I know. So if you say no say, that means I don't know. Now say means I know, no say I don't know. And if you look at this word como, that means how. So let's say if I say no sé cómo, no sé cómo nadar. Now if you look at this word nadar, nadar means to swim. So if you say no sé cómo nadar, that would become I don't know how to swim. So now the verb that we have in this book is seguir, which means to continue. So if I say seguir means to continue, and I'm sorry, the example verb is empezar means to begin. Now if you put all this together, you will get no sé cómo empezar, which means I don't know how to begin. Now this no sé can be used as a structure in order to build wide variety of sentences. Like no sé is like I don't know how. Once you have internalized this structure, by which I mean like once this structure is an integral part of your memory, and then you're in a conversation, you can build wide variety of sentences depending on how many verbs do you know. Like for instance, if you say no say, I mean it's not the best sentence. I mean probably you won't say this, but comer means to eat. So now you have this sentence, no sé comer, I don't know how to eat. So in this way, you will go through each and every sentence of the book while you're enjoying the story. And when you're going through the story, your memory will be hit by these structures over and over till they become part of your memory. And once they're part of your memory, you can easily use them to build your own sentences while you're speaking. Now, a lot of conversational classes in which you just repeat sentences, and once you leave these conversational classes, you find out that repeating phrases does not lead to long-term retention. So what you need for a sustainable conversation is your ability to recall words and structure in like in at a moment's notice. Now, if you're living and growing up in the country where the language is spoken, you absorb this from your environment. But if you're not living in that country, reading is the fastest way. And even if you're living in that country, I mean, reading is still the fastest way of absorbing the language. And that's why we focus a lot on graded readers. And this is like a little, gives you a little idea. We'll continue. And yeah.